Hello again. Now we're going to help Sonya conduct a self-assessment test. The test is aimed at helping Sonya, a recent graduate and a job candidate, to prepare for a job interview at Demo Day. Regardless of the interview, we think that the test is also a very useful exercise that will help Sonya establish a process of self-diagnosis of her job-related skills and can be carried forward for her ongoing career fitness. To prepare for the exercise, Sonya formulated a possible critical task and prepared a self-assessment grid. As you will see, the logic of the self-assessment process is quite straightforward, so you can use it later to prepare for any competitive selection. The important thing is that you must think in advance about critical tasks that you may be given to demonstrate your skills. Without some training in addressing specific critical tasks, you won't know how to impress the selection team. At the same time, it is probably not practical to do self-assessments for all of the imaginable critical tasks. We think that it is reasonable to focus on a few, the most important critical tasks that will probably contribute the most to the overall selection score. In this exercise, we'll focus only on Sonya's presentation skills, namely, her ability to prepare a stylish, high-quality presentation to promote the image of the company. Please note that in this course, we do not intend to teach you presentation skills. There are excellent courses, including those on Coursera, that do just that. But before taking any courses, you should be able to figure out what kind of skills and professional development you may need and why. For our purposes here, we are helping you establish a process for self-diagnosis based on self-coaching tools. Once this process is established, you can effectively monitor your skills and figure out what professional development activities you will need to engage in, why you may need them, and what kind of critical tasks you're going to prepare for. Now, let's go back to the self-assessment test. There are several steps in the process that Sonya will need to perform. First, Sonya will need to identify the requirements or standards for executing the critical tasks. She may look up relevant literature and find sources like Presentation Zen, professional societies' websites, marketing communications blogs, college courses, etc. Standards, if they exist, are usually formulated as rules. Best practices are samples of exemplary performance that best satisfy the rules. As she moves along, it would be a good idea for Sonya to start populating her T-portfolio with collected samples so that the next time she looks for a job or works on a project, she'll have all the necessary information and examples of best practices at hand. As a second step, Sonya needs to identify assessment tools that can be used to determine the quality of a PowerPoint presentation. As we mentioned in week 2, assessment tools are often designed as checklists or rubrics. In the reading materials after this presentation, we'll provide some links to assessment tools for presentation skills. Sometimes there are many assessment tools available, so Sonya will need to have to make a decision about which ones to choose. Once again, it's a good idea to save suitable assessment tools in the T-portfolio. Third, if Sonya gets lucky, she may be able to locate videos of assessments provided by an expert evaluator in the area of her interest. It is much easier to find it in vocational skills and athletics than in soft skills. Finding samples of exemplary performance and expert evaluations can be one of the reasons to take a formal course or attend a professional workshop. Here are some of the questions that Sonya will need to answer before conducting an assessment of her own performance. What are the most appropriate assessment tools in my area and why? How will I use them? How will I document the results? If my performance is satisfactory or even better, how will I showcase it? After that, Sonya should be ready to conduct a self-assessment of her own performance.